Welcome back to the channel and Happy New Year. It's been just a little bit. I've been doing a couple of shorts. One of the things that I've been working on since I got back from the holidays was an 80-foot Berger that I had gotten a phone call on. It was up in Georgetown. It had lost all of its engines and generators up in outside Georgetown, so it pulled into, finally got restarted, and they pulled into Georgetown, and they called me to come up and take a look at the fuel system. And upon arrival, I noticed that the fuel was getting a lot of bubbles in it, and it had just gotten worked on up in North Carolina, and they just didn't do it right, or just didn't see everything properly. So I didn't do any video of it because I was very concerned that this was a very reputable company and how was I going to fix it. And we did, and lo and behold, they got down to Charleston and just gave them the kits to rebuild the two brake cores that were still bad, which you'll see in a later video because they just got down to Charleston. I did a quick video for you guys just to kind of go over what we did. So here's some pictures and some shop time, and then a quick video of me after everything had been completed. So thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Video. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this valve out. We're going to take this valve out because they're not doing anything. This big valve coming off of this right here comes down to here to the main tank. This one goes to the forward tank. And this one goes to the aft tank. Yes, I think so. Or one of the tanks. So, and we're going to put a bleeder at the top here and a bleeder at the top here, probably before the two check valves. This system here goes to our engines are backwards to our port side. This goes to our starboard side, and then these two other ones, that one goes to the generator and this goes to the generator.
Dave, can you take a yellow handle and open this?
So here it is at my shop. I got everything on the bench, or what I'm working on, and I'm about to take everything apart. So I'm just kind of taking some pictures here so I kind of know how it's supposed to go and how I'm putting it back together again. If you notice, there's a ton of fittings on this, and a lot of them were loose. And so what I ended up doing was dismantling everything, checking everything, putting everything back together again, and then trying to find ways to minimize how many fittings we needed to eliminate as many possibilities for leaks and egress of air as possible. So such as this fitting here, I took 5 things out of there and made it down into one fitting. So everything works a lot better. And notice I got 50 pounds on it. It's basically like a bomb. So I was ready to go after 50 pounds of pressure on it. Okay, so I don't know what day it is. Matt, where'd you go? Matt's back on the job.
I was in the Bahamas on vacation.
Oh, yeah. Let's go. He's so full of it, Norm. This is Norm, the captain. Really? So I'm back on board, and
I go there all the time.
I know. Well, I know you do.
I still haven't been there. Oh, fuck, man, you got change that. It's not up to me.
So yeah, well, soon. So this is a job one of our brokers had called us out for down in Florida, 26 yachts, and we went up to Georgetown and met Norm. And the problem was that he was getting lots of air into his fuel system, and there was another place that had redone this whole manifold. So this was the supply side of the fuel manifold system. I did a quick video of this right when I was just about to take this whole thing apart, but so I'll do a quick rundown on what we did, because I was just so panic stricken to try and fix this, so I didn't take any pictures or do anything. So now that he's down in Charleston and we've proved that the concept works and everything, I'll go over it. So there were 2 shutoff valves here. I got rid of those, and I put U.S. Coast Guard approved fuel hose in here and here to give it a little bit of a cushioning, because you have hard pipe here on that union and that union, and the union, just in case you don't know, is something that we can break free. So this collar loosens up and screws off and is tied to there, and the bottom stays, and the same thing on that side, so I can remove this entire system out of the way. So that being said, that's hard piped and that's hard piped, so they were having a hard time getting the span in here, but by just using nipples. Nipples are these things right here. This is a regular nipple, and a close nipple is just all threaded. So that would be a close nipple. So this is just a regular nipple. So I went through and redid everything. So we went thread to barb here, and everything that I could possibly redo and take a fitting out, I did. So I also put up top here and here, I put bleeders, because this comes up to the top, and this are the feeds for the main engines. So we want to make sure that there's no air up in there, and if air does get up to the very top of the system, which is really the only spot that it's going to go, we want to make sure that we have access or a spot to bleed it out, which is going to be right here. So we're going to put a little piece of hose down so we can put it into a bucket and bleed it civilized. So, and then generators here and there, and we now have a hose right here. There used to be about 15 different connections from just right here all the way down to the other pipe. So I got rid of about 15 different connections and just had a hose made up. So it goes directly from here right to, I don't know where the heck it is, way back there. Back in, whatever the heck it is, right there. So that's where that ties into now. And this whole system just leaked. Everything leaked. And we have a clear hose here to verify that there wasn't any air getting in here, because what was happening is that air was coming up through here, air was coming out here. There was champagne bubbles and big bubbles. So I went and rebuilt this check valve. All of the bushings I took off, redid all of those. That got rid of the air coming out of here. And then this is going to get changed out, by the way. That was just literally just still for a test. And then that goes up into the main. So we've got our forward tank, our reserve tank, and our aft tank. So these are our 3 tanks that we feed off of, and then it goes into the manifold and then gets distributed out. So then what was happening after I redid all of that is that if we come up to the ray cores, notice that it says bubbles on this one. So there's little tiny champagne bubbles coming out of here. There used to be big bubbles coming out of both of these, and what was happening was that the air was distributing or taking the place of all the fuel, and then at some point we'd run out of fuel, which would just kill all the engines, and that was just a bad thing. So this one definitely needs to get redone. I just got Norm 6 Raycore rebuild kits, so he's going to rebuild at least this one and one on the other side, which is also having problems, and then this one's perfect, and one on the other side's perfect as well. He's probably going to just do all 6 of these, so 2 ray cores for each of the mains, and then 1 for each generator. We've got a generator here and a generator there, so he's going to take care of that, and that should solve all of the problems with the fuel system. And then O-rings for here and here, he's going to redo those as well, and then he should be good as gold. So brand new fuel system. That was the problem. They actually lost everything outside Georgetown. And we've got some man diesels right here, so they had to reprime everything. In case you want to see that, right on the back side of the engine, that's your primer right there, and you've got your 2 bulbs right there, which indicates how much fuel you got in there and if you've got any air in it as well. So main line coming in this is coming in from the ray core to feed these 2 bowls, and then that goes out to the 2 lifting pumps. So that's the system, and that's what we did. So that's been working on driving back and forth to Georgetown the last couple of days. So now we're back here in Charleston, and we're good to go. So got a job done. Matt's going to get back to work.
Yep.